Namaste to all noble people. The true practice of nobility starts by keeping the phone either switched off or in the silent mode. With great delight, I welcome you all to the third show of Veda Nāda. Here, we strive to bring the profound essence of the Vedas to life in a way that is not only individually relevant but also socially significant. This show is an opportunity to deep dive into the depths of the Vedic wisdom in a contemporary context. Veda Nāda is the world's first Vedic concert that sincerely attempts to bring the Vedas to one and all beyond their conventional usage in rituals and ceremonies. This is designed considering the contemporary needs. Today at Veda Nāda, we are about to explore the profound teachings of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, deeply rooted in the Vedas. It has been our privilege to read Bhagavad-Gītā and Mahabharata at the source in Sanskrit and present today's thoughts as authentically as possible. This evening will be filled with 3 yams: mantra, music, and meditation, offering each one of us a glimpse of how timeless is the wisdom of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. We express our deep gratitude for all of your presence. Your engagement with us today is a vital component in creating an environment of social flourishing, allowing us to explore the uplifting principles of the Vedas. This shared experience creates what psychologists today call it as a positive resonance, a synchronicity of positive emotions that allows us to feel seen, heard, and valued. Therefore, we call this gathering a sabha. But what exactly is a sabha? In the Dwapara Yuga, Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Arjuna destroyed the forest Khandava Prastha, and with the help of Mayasura built a sabha and named it as Indraprastha. Historically speaking, Indraprastha was the world's first sabha on planet Earth. Within a few days of its construction, Brahmarishi Narada entered Indraprastha and explained to Yudhishthira on how Indra, Varuna, Kubera, and many other devatas have designed their sabhas in their respective lokas and kept up the dignity of the same. Further, Brahmarishi Narada posed a series of questions to Yudhishthira and asked if he had put the necessary efforts to justify the name Sabha. After paying attention to all the details and the questions and following it up with the necessary introspection, Yudhishthira was shaken up. He realized a sabha isn't just an infrastructure, but a place to churn meaningful thoughts that lead to a socially applicable actions. In fact, this realization of Yudhishthira gave birth to Rajasuya Yajna instantaneously. Wise Bhagavan Sri Krishna played a quiet role in the creation of this sabha, Indraprastha. It was nothing short of a revolution. Every word uttered by Brahmarshi Narada during his visit represents one of the finest discussions on governance, politics, and social responsibility ever recorded. He prompted Yudhishthira to move beyond the mere physical structure and engage in a deep cognitive reappraisal of its purpose. Saha bhanti shobhante yatra, meaning Sabha is a place where people or things shine in each other's presence. I think it would be ideal for me to remember my Guru, who once asked me, can the human mind become a Sabha? Do we have plenty of such thoughts, constructive thoughts, which in each other's presence generate noble actions? When mind becomes a Sabha, the assembly automatically qualifies to be a Sabha too. Veda Nāda is a space designed for deep engagement or flow, where meaningful thoughts are cultivated, leading directly to a pro-social behavior and actions that enhance collective well-being. On this auspicious day of Krishna Janmashtami, let us broaden our perspectives and build lasting psychological resources. Now, we offer our grateful namaskara with the recitation of Sabhavandana mantra, followed by immersive music by our musicians.
Sadasaspataye Namas Sakhinam Puroganam Chakshushe Namo Dive Namah Prithvyai Sapratha Sabham Me Gopaya Ye च सभ्याः सभासदः तानिन्द्रियावतः कुरु सर्वमायुरुपासताम् अहे बुद्ध्नियमन्त्रं मे गोपाय यमृषयस्त्रैविदा विदुः ऋचः सामानि यजुगुंषि साहि श्रीरमृता सताम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
we now prepare to immerse ourselves in the rich blend of Vedic resonance and Sri Krishna's fragrance, let us first quiet our minds and turn inwards, beginning our journey together in a state of meditation. By quietening our minds and directing our attention inwards, we are performing a foundational act of attentional training, preparing ourselves for deeper insights. This naturally brings forth a profound question. If we have to meditate, upon whom or what should we meditate? In one of the lesser known Himalayan folklores, there is a powerful conversation between Shiva and Sri Krishna. It is believed that Shiva was both curious and amazed to know that Lord Vishnu meditates upon his wife Lakshmi Devi. Sri Krishna, an embodiment of Lord Vishnu, answered to Shiva, "Yes, I meditate upon my wife. Vishnuhu Lakshmyaha Shaktim Dhyayati na Lakshmim Patnitvena Dhyayati." Translated, it means Lord Vishnu meditates on Lakshmi as Shakti, the ultimate energy, and not as his wife. So, the focus of our contemplation should be on the character strengths and the virtues itself, not just the person who exhibits it. We are part of a vibrant culture that celebrates the words of a great Sanskrit poet, Bhavabhuti, Gunaf Puja Sthanam Gunishu Nacha Lingam Nacha Vayaha. This tells us that the true essence of a person lies in their virtues beyond gender or age. Another Sanskrit proverb says, "Na ekatra sarvo gunasannipataha." It is indeed impossible for all virtues to gather in one place. So let's pick qualities to meditate on. Lastly, the magnanimity of Bharatiya culture is shown in yet another beautiful proverb. Dvishatopi gunah kamyaha suhrudopi na durgunaha. The merits and virtues even of an enemy are desirable, still the demerits of a friend are undesirable. This demonstrates a high degree of cognitive flexibility and the ability to engage in strength spotting without personal bias, which is a hallmark of wisdom. With this profound understanding in mind, let's unite in meditation, focusing on the incredible virtues surrounding us. It all begins with the universe. Our very existence is the universe's greatest gift. The universe allows us to experience the wonders of life alongside the diverse beauty of flora, fauna, and the marvels of modern technology. As we now chant Vishnu Suktam, let us celebrate the virtues of the universe, which is nothing but the consciousness or Vishnu or Sri Krishna himself. As he says in the 7th shloka of the 7th chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, "Mattaf parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva." There is nothing greater than myself, O Arjuna. Everything is interconnected like beads elegantly strung upon a single thread. This highlights our common humanity and the shared consciousness that unites us all, forming the very foundation of our collective well-being.
विष्णोर्नुकं वीर्याणि प्रवोचय्यः पार्थिवानि विममेरजागुंसि यो अस्कभायदुत्तरम् सधस्थं विचक्रमाणस्त्रेधोरुगायो विष्णोरराटमसि विष्णोः पृष्ठमसि विष्णोष्णप्त्रे स्थो विष्णु विष्णोस्यूरसि विष्णोर्ध्रुवमसि वैष्णवमसि विष्णवे त्वा तदस्य प्रियमभिपाथो अश्याम् नरो यत्र देवयवो मदन्ति उरुक्रमस्य स हि बन्धुरित्था विष्णोः पदे परमे मध्व उत्सः प्रतद्विष्णुस्तवते वीर्याय ऋगो न भीमः कुचरो गिरिष्ठाः यस्योरुषु त्रिषु विक्रमणेषु अधिक्षियन्ति भुवनानि विश्वा परो मात्रया तनुवावृधाना न ते महित्वमन्वश्नुवन्ति उभे ते विद्मरचसि पृथिव्या विष्णो देवत्वम् परमस्य वित्से विचक्रमे पृथिवीमेष एताम् क्षेत्राय विष्णुर्मनुषे दशस्यन् ध्रुवासो अस्य कीरयोजनासः उरुक्षितिकुं सुजनिमाचकार त्रिदेवः पृथिवीमेष एताम् विचक्रमे शतर्च सम्महित्वा प्रविष्णुरस्तु तव सस्तवीयान् त्वेषगह्यस्य स्थविरस्य नाम अतो देवा अवन्तु नो यतो विष्णुर्विचक्रमे पृथिव्या सप्तधामभिः इदं विष्णुर्विचक्रमे त्रेधानि दधे पदम् समूढमस्य पागुंसुरे त्रीणि पदा विचक्रमे विष्णुर्गोपा अदाभ्यः ततो धर्माणि धारयन् विष्णोः कर्माणि पश्यत यतो व्रतानि पस्पशे इन्द्रस्य युज्यः सखा तद्विष्णोः परमं पदगुं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयः दिवीव चक्षुराततम् तद्विप्रासो विपन्यवो जागृवांसः समिन्धते विष्णोर्यत्परमं पदम् पर्याप्त्या अनन्तरायाय सर्वस्तोमोतिरात्र उत्तममहर्भवति सर्वस्याप्त्यै सर्वस्य चित्यै सर्वमेव तेनाप्नोति सर्वं जयति ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
After experiencing a minuscule of consciousness by soaking into the vibrant Vishnu Suktam, let's consciously break the autopilot mode of our lives and become more mindful. Take control of our existence and feel a sense of expansiveness. But how? Shri Krishna in the chapter 4 of Bhagavad-Gītā says, anyone who experiences the nectar of yajnas will experience a sense of expansiveness and takes control over the existence. Also he says, without performing yajnas, one wouldn't be able to live happily. Yajnashishtamrita bhujo yanti brahma sanatanam nayam lokostya yajnasya kutonyah kurusattama. Before we understand the word yajna in detail, let's listen to this anecdote from the Mahabharata. Bhrigu Maharshi cursed Agnideva to be a consumer of everything, sarva bhakshaka, a glutton. Eat everything without discrimination, the pure and the impure, the sacred and the profane, the beautiful and the foul. Agni, unable to bear this humiliating curse, concealed himself. Earth experienced an unprecedented crisis in the absence of Agnideva. Lord Brahma intervened upon the request of Devatas and modified the curse and transformed it into a boon. Agni would indeed consume everything, but in doing so would purify everything, yet remaining unblemished himself. This long symbolic story, cut short, establishes the power of Agnideva, the purifier. Fire is often seen as a force of destruction, but let me tell you, it's also a superhero in the world of metals. Imagine this. When we dig deep into the earth, we unearth metals tangled in the chaotic mix of rocks and unwanted elements. That's where the incredible power of fire steps in. The intense heat it generates isn't just a blaze, it's a vital energy source that triggers transformative separation processes. From the initial stages of processing raw ores to the exciting final refinements, heat is the unstoppable force that helps us create those stunning, pure, shiny metals we cherish daily. The same fire serves as the heart of yajnas. In fact, the Vedas categorically say, Yajno vai Vishnu. Every yajna is a personification of Lord Vishnu himself. Keeping aside its divinity, what is a yajna for a commoner and how can we practice it as a routine? In the words of my Guru, yajna is any constructive action performed repetitively yet mindfully. Over a prolonged period, these constructive actions produce beautiful memories for life, and generate a productive knowledge base which is useful for humanity at large. Now, as we chant the Swahakara mantras, I request you all to contemplate the meaning of yajna, which can help us enhance our sense of expansiveness.
कृतस्यै नसो वयजनमसि स्वाहा मनुष्यकृतस्यै नसो वयजनमसि स्वाहा पितृकृतस्यै नसो वयजनमसि स्वाहा आत्मकृतस्यै नसो वयजनमसि स्वाहा अन्यकृतस्यै नसो वयजनमसि स्वाहा अस्मत्कृतस्यै नसो वयजनमसि स्वाहा यद्दिवाचनत् चैनश्च कृमतस्यावयजनमसि स्वाहा यत्स्वपन्तश्च जाग्रतश्चैनश्च कृमतस्यावयजनमसि स्वाहा यत्सुषुप्तश्च जाग्रतश्चैनश्च कृमतस्यावयजनमसि स्वाहा यद्विद्वागुंसश्चाविद्वागुंसश्चैनश्च कृमतस्यावयजनमसि स्वाहा येन स एनसोऽवयजनमसि स्वाहा शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
After having experienced an acute sense of expansiveness by contemplating on the meaning of the yajna, now let us make sure that we invite Sri Krishna and his timeless wisdom to transform our lives. May we move away from incompetence, insecurities and inactions, thus making our lives invaluable. There is an incredible historical incident that will inspire us from the Mahabharata. In the Dwapara Yuga, Sri Krishna and Balarama humbly wished to give their beloved Guru, Sandipani Muni, a Guru Dakshina. Sandipani Muni and his wife put across a tough demand to the brothers: "Bring me back my cherished yet dead son who lost his life in Prabhasa Tirtha." Sri Krishna's heart could not bear the sorrow of his dear Guru. Driven by the strengths of love and kindness, by applying curiosity and judgment, through thorough research, Sri Krishna realized that his Guru's son was under the sea. Hence, he sought Jaladhipati Varuna's guidance and by demonstrating bravery and perseverance, dived into the depths of the uncontrolled sea with his mighty brother Balarama. They searched for Panchajana, a Rakshasa, who had kidnapped their guru's son and lived in the sea in the form of a conch, Shankha. With divine strength, Sri Krishna defeated and killed Panchajana. Yet, to the disappointment of the brothers, the boy was nowhere to be found inside the body of Panchajana, the Shankha. Discovering that Panchajana had sent the boy away to Yamaloka, the fearsome empire of death, Sri Krishna and Balarama embarked on a daring journey into the depths of darkness. Standing before Yama, the god of death, Krishna held upward in the air the conch taken from the late Rakshasa and sought the child back. He even blew the conch, now famous as Panchajanya. The blow at the doorsteps of Yamaloka acted like a mighty blast. Yama emerged, and upon request, he handed over the boy back to Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna returned his guru's son alive and fulfilled the promise of a Guru Dakshina with unwavering integrity. It was the same Panchajanya which was blown at the start of Mahabharata war. Doesn't it look like Sri Krishna brought his guru's blessings in a mystical way, and that in turn gave Pandavas their much deserved victory? If the will of Sri Krishna can transform an object of Rakshasa into the divine, that is, if Panchajana's conch can become the divine Panchajanya, then implementing the insightful life lessons imparted by the complex Sri Krishna will make life's journey a pilgrimage. This is a perfect example of meaning making and psychological alchemy, taking a neutral or even negative element from one's experience and transforming it into a tool for positive growth. Agni Puranam says, Naratvam durlabham loke vidya tatra sudurlabha, which means, in the first place, it is not easy to acquire the human birth, and to be a knowledgeable human being is even more difficult. Let's now immerse ourselves in the mantras and invite Sri Krishna's timeless wisdom, making our lives livable and lovable.
तस्यैवं विदुषो यज्ञस्यात्मा यजमानः श्रद्धा पत्नी शरीरमिथ्ममुरो वेदिर्लोमानि बर्हिर्वेदः शिखा हृदयैयूपः काम आज्यं मन्युः पशुस्तपोऽग्निः तमः शमयिता दक्षिणा वाग्घोता प्राण उद्गाता चक्षुरध्वर्युर्मनो ब्रह्मा श्रोत्रमग्नीत्यावध्रियते सा दीक्षा यदश्नाति तद्धविर्यत् पिबति तदस्य सोमपानम् यद्रमते तदुपसदो यत्सञ्चरत्युपविशत्युत्तिष्ठते च सप्रवर्ग्यो यन्मुखं तदाहवनीयो याव्याहृतिः आहुतिर्यदस्य ज्ञानन्तज्जुहोति यत्सायं प्रातरत्ति तत्समिधं यत्प्रातर्मध्यं दिनगुं सायं च तानि सवनानि ये अहोरात्रे ते दर्शपूर्णमासौ येऽर्धमासाश्च मासाश्च ते चातुर्मास्यानि ये ऋतवस्ते पशुबन्धाये संवत्सराश्च परिवत्सराश्च ते हर्गणाः सर्ववेदसंवा एतत्सत्रय्यन्मरणम् तदवभृथ एतद्वै जरामर्यमग्निहोत्रगुं सत्रय्यः एवं विद्वानुदगयने प्रमीयते देवानामेव महिमानं गत्वादित्यस्य सायुज्यं गच्छत्यथ यः दक्षिणे प्रमीयते पितॄणामेव महिमानं गत्वा चन्द्रमसः सायुज्यगुं सलोकतामाप्नोत्येतौ वै सूर्याचन्द्रमसोर्महिमानौ ब्राह्मणो विद्वान् अभिजयति तस्मात् ब्रह्मणो महिमानमाप्नोति तस्मात् ब्रह्मणो महिमानम् शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
After contemplating on the need of Sri Krishna's wisdom, let's figure out the obstacle stopping us from materializing such a dire requirement. We all aspire to live a life of wisdom and strength to navigate our lives. But what if the greatest obstacle isn't outside of us, but within our own perspective? A few years ago, I conducted a session on the recitation of Veda mantras. During our session, I shared the story of Narasimhavatara, which includes a devout young boy Prahalada and his demonic father Hiranyakashipu. When asked if anyone wants to become like Prahalada, one boy raised his hand and said, "I want to be the next Prahalada, but I cannot." I asked him why, and he responded, "I have a fantastic father. He is too good to be the next Hiranyakashipu." So, unfortunately, I am not eligible for this position. We can never predict what kids will take away from a story. However, another boy asked a deep question that I think about even today. Why were all Rakshasas willing to die but never invited divine into their lives? The boy's question presents us with a powerful choice. Will we invite the wisdom of the divine, or will we stubbornly cling on to our inhibitions, limitations, and other weaknesses, settling for the mundane and ordinary? Additionally, the boy's question sparked memories of a captivating tale from the Mahabharata. After the 18th day of war, the victorious Pandavas returned to their camp and were greeted by Draupadi. As per the norms of Dwapara Yuga, the charioteer should get off the chariot first. Hence, Arjuna waited for charioteer Sri Krishna to get down. But Krishna did not. Annoyed, Arjuna got down. Then Sri Krishna got off the chariot, accompanied by Hanuman, who had resided on the flag. Suddenly, the chariot burst into flames and turned to ashes. Serene Sri Krishna smilingly explained that Drona's celestial weapons had long damaged the chariot. It was nothing but a wreck, a ticking time bomb. The only thing holding its atoms together was Sri Krishna's silent presence. Arjuna wasn't riding in a chariot, he was riding inside a miracle, and he never even knew it. Arjuna realized Sri Krishna's protection was crucial to the victory and even survival. He understood that the Pandavas' triumph was not solely due to their skill, but to Sri Krishna's untiring divine presence, practical wisdom, and unseen aid. This humbled Arjuna, reminding that the true strength includes recognizing forces beyond his capabilities. The real horror of the story isn't the explosion. It's the thought of what would have happened if Arjuna's ego had won, if Sri Krishna had gotten off the chariot first. Utter destruction without a trace. Even Arjuna, who won the war of Mahabharata and lived with Sri Krishna at all times, faced challenges in letting go of his ego and invite the divine into his life unconditionally. After all, we are ordinary mortals and may have a long way to go. Sri Krishna, in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, says, "Ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate." Only an egotistical being would claim to be independent and a doer of all things. This identity of I am the doer is adding as an obstacle and minimizing the meaning of our very existence. To overcome this obstacle, let's remember his words in the same chapter, "Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yudhyasya vigatajvaraha." Let's now unite during the chanting of Mrityu Sukta, seeking from Sri Krishna the killing of our ego, and see ourselves as a vehicle of Sri Krishna, a designer who builds us with 2 primary ingredients called pure intentions and wise actions.
हरन्तमनुयन्ति देवाः विश्वस्येशानं वृषभं मतीनाम् ब्रह्मस्वरूपमनुमेदमागात् अयनं मा विवधीर्विक्रमस्व माचिदो मृत्यो मावधीः मामे बलं विवृहो मा प्रमोषीः प्रजां मामेरीरिष आयुरुग्र नृचक्षसन्त्वा हविषा विधेमा सद्यश्च कमानाय प्रवेपानाय मृत्यवे प्रास्मा आशा अशृण्वन् कामेना जनयन् पुनः कामेन मे काम आगात् हृदयात् हृदयं मृत्योः यदमीषामदः प्रियम् तदैतूपमामभि परं मृत्यो अनुपरेहि पन्था यस्ते स्व इतरो देवयानात् चक्षुष्मते शृण्वते ते ब्रवीमि मानः प्रजागुंरीरिषो मोतवीरान् प्रपूर्व्यं मनसा वन्दमानः नाथमानो वृषभं चर्षणीनाम् यः प्रजानामेकराण्मानुषीणाम् मृत्युञ्यजे प्रथमजामृतस्य शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
After having killed the ego, let's now celebrate purity and auspiciousness. Ego is a cage, and ego's death is the key to the cage. I repeat, to unlock the cage of ego, death of ego is the key. Once we release the burden of ego and become auspicious, in such a state, the devas themselves seek our company, eager to walk beside us, to guide and protect us. Let's listen to one more beautiful incident from Mahabharata to understand auspiciousness better. As Arjuna was traveling across the country, he saw a bridge between Rameshwara and Sri Lanka. Yogic texts mention about siddhis through which certain powerful people build bridges and wells by shooting arrows into the ground. Arjuna, who had accumulated such powers by tapasya, wondered if it was fair for Sri Rama to seek the help of monkeys and burden them to build the bridge. Arjuna thought, Lord Rama went through so much trouble with all those monkeys. He could have built a stronger bridge in minutes with the magical arrows. Further, he expressed all of these thoughts which were in his mind to a scholar who was nearby reciting the verses of Ramayana. A small monkey in a tree replied that the bridge made by releasing arrows into the ground would collapse. Arjuna, feeling challenged, decided to make a bet. If the monkey destroyed the bridge which he creates through his arrows, he would end his life. If not, the monkey would have to stay with him obediently forever. Thus, Arjuna shot arrows to construct a bridge, and the monkey jumped on the bridge, easily destroying it. Ashamed, Arjuna prepared to jump into a fire, but a small boy stopped him. He explained that every bet needs a judge. Without a judge, a bet is invalid. So the boy acted as a mediator and asked them to try again. Arjuna rebuilt the bridge by releasing the arrows. This time, it held firm when the monkey jumped on it. At that moment, the monkey, none other than the Pujya Bhagavan Anjaneya, fell at the boy's feet, shouting in devotion, Jayatu Sri Rama. Simultaneously, Arjuna praised the boy by shouting, Jayatu Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna then reminded them not to be arrogant in conversations with others, regardless of who they are, and assured them that he would support people of merit and help them fulfill their life purpose. This is the essence of transformation. On the path of transformation, we become worthy, and even the highest powers want to help us to be our best selves. They will support and protect us as we strive to serve humanity to the best of our abilities. With the support of the highest powers, are we any less than being auspicious? Let's now meditate upon the privilege of being auspicious and celebrate the path of transformation and its appealing rewards. It is also worth mentioning that during this incident, Pujya Bhagavan Anjaneya, under the guidance of Sri Krishna, decided to be on the flag of their chariot.
चिकित्सतयमाशिरादम्पति वाममश्नुतः पुमान् पुत्रो जायते विन्दते वस्वथ विश्वे अरपा एधते गृहः आशीर्दाया दम्पती वाममश्नुतामरिष्टो रायः सचतागुं समोकसा य आसि चत्सन्दुग्धं कुम्भ्या सहेष्टेन यामन्नमतिं जहातु सः सर्पिर्ग्रीवी पीवर्यः यस्य जाया पीवानः पुत्रा अकृशासो अस्य सहजानिर्यः सुमखस्य मान इन्द्राया शिरगुं सह कुम्भ्यादात् आशीर्म ऊर्जमुत सुप्रजास्त्वमिषं दधातु द्रविणगुं सवर्चसम् सञ्जयन् क्षेत्राणि सहसाहमिन्द्र कृण्वानो अन्यागुम् अधरान् सपत्नान् भूतमसि भूते माधामुखमसि मुखं भूयासम् या वा पृथिवीभ्यां त्वा परिगृह्णामि विश्वे त्वा देवा वैश्वानराः प्रजावयन्तु दिवि देवान्द्रगुंहान्तरिक्षे वयागुंसि पृथिव्यां पार्थिवान् ध्रुवं ध्रुवेण हविषा वसो मन्नयामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् यथा न इन्द्र इद्विषः केवली सर्वाः समनसः करत् यथा नः सर्वा इद्विषोऽस्माकं केवलीरसन्न ॐ स्वस्ति नो मिमीतामश्विना भगः स्वस्ति देव्यदितिरनर्वणाः स्वस्ति पूषा असुरो दधातु नः स्वस्ति द्यावा पृथिवी सुचेतुना स्वस्तये वायुमुपब्रवामहै सोमम् स्वस्ति भुवनस्य यस्पतिः बृहस्पतिं सर्वगणं स्वस्तये स्वस्तय आदित्यासो भवन्तु नः विश्वे देवानो अद्या स्वस्तये वैश्वानरो वसुरग्निः स्वस्तये देवा अवन्तृभवः स्वस्तये स्वस्ति नो रुद्रः पात्वं हसः स्वस्ति मित्रावरुणा स्वस्ति पथ्ये रेवती स्वस्ति न इन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च स्वस्ति नो अदिते कृधि स्वस्ति पन्थामनुचरेम सूर्या चन्द्रमसाविव ददता घ्नता जानता संगमे महि स्वस्त्ययनन्तार्क्ष्यमरिष्टनेमिं महद्भूतं वायसं देवतानाम् असुरघ्नमिन्द्रसखं समत्सु बृहद्यशो नावमिवारुहेम होमुचमाङ्गिरसङ्गयन् च स्वस्त्यात्रेयं मनसा च तार्क्ष्यम् प्रयतपाणिः शरणं प्रपद्ये स्वस्ति सम्बाधेष्वभयन्नो अस्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
There is a beautiful saying, being auspicious is the start, making other lives auspicious is the real art. The purpose of a beautiful or an auspicious soul isn't just to be beautiful or auspicious. It is to be a source of beauty in the lives of others. Our auspiciousness finds its true meaning when it becomes a blessing for someone else. There is a deeply insightful folklore from Orissa. Orissa is known for its Krishna Kathās. Millions believe even today that Krishna moves around in that region assisting spiritual seekers. Long ago, a noble king, wishing to serve his people better, held a grand assembly. He invited every citizen to speak their heart, to share their troubles and their dreams. But as the day went by, the king's heart grew heavy. His people spoke not of joy but of desire. One by one, they brought him a river of requests for land, for wealth, for permission, for status, and whatnot. It was an endless chorus of worldly wants. Disappointed, the king turned to his ministers and asked, "Is my life's work only to fulfill these small, unending needs?" At that moment, a stunning silence fell over the court. A soldier escorted an old rishi into the hall. His presence, a quiet stillness amidst the noise. The rishi looked at the king with gentle eyes and said, "Mr. King, I am happy being who I am. I need no support, for I am responsible for my own journey. Your role in my existence is nil, for I have the divine with me and I am the divine. I ask only to live in peace and leave me alone." As he departed, he added, "By the way, King, may you be well. O King, may you be well and may this kingdom always prosper." The silence in the palace was now absolute. Then the wisest minister stood up and spoke. "My king, you have just witnessed two kinds of auspicious souls. One is the king, who serves the needs of the world. The other is God, who is beyond all the need." The minister's voice trembled with great respect to the king, and he spoke. That rishi was no mortal. He was Krishna himself, dwelling in that cave since the dawn of this Kali Yuga, showing you the state of a soul that has found everything within. He continued, "Your sacred duty is to tirelessly serve your people. A king can fulfill small wishes, but only God can fulfill the ultimate ambition of a soul. Serve them so well that one day all your citizens too might become like that saint, needing nothing more from the world." This clarity hit King's heart. He realized that the true leadership was not about receiving gratitude, but about serving with a purpose so deep that it helps others find their own inner divinity. This incident from our history holds a mirror to our own lives. It asks us, whose attention are we attracting? Are we living for the fleeting approval of the kings of this world, our society, our peers? Or are we living with such purity that we magically draw the loving gaze of Sri Krishna? In the Gita, Krishna says, he promises rather, "Ahantva sarva papebhyo moksha ishyami ma shuchaha." I shall cleanse you off from all your sins. Do not fear. Sri Krishna is not waiting. He is actively searching for souls who are ready for his grace. Have we become auspicious enough to capture his attention? Are we ready to serve the humanity, knowing the divine potential that resides within us? Let us take a moment now in this sacred space to appreciate our lives, which are forever supervised by that ultimate truth.
सत्यं परं परगुं सत्यगुं सत्येन न सुवर्गाल्लोकाच्यवन्ते कदाचन सतागुं हि सत्यं तस्मात् सत्यं मध्ये रमन्ते तप इति तपोनानशनात् परं यद्धि परम् तपस्तद्धुर्धर्षन्तद्दुराधर्षन्तस्मात् तपसि रमन्ते दम इति नियतं ब्रह्मचारिणस्तस्मात् दमे रमन्ते शम इत्यरण्ये मुनयस्तस्मात् शमे रमन्ते दानमिति सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रशगुंसन्ति दानान्नाति दुश्चरन्तस्मात् दाने रमन्ते धर्म इति धर्मेण सर्वमिदं परिगृहीतम् धर्मान्नाति दुष्करन्तस्मात् धर्मे रमन्ते प्रजन इति भूयागुंसस्तस्मात् भूयिष्ठाः प्रजायन्ते तस्मात् भूयिष्ठाः प्रजनने रमन्ते अग्नय इत्याह तस्मादग्नय आधातव्याः अग्निहोत्रमित्याह तस्मादग्निहोत्रे रमन्ते यज्ञ इति यज्ञो हि देवास्तस्मात् यज्ञे रमन्ते मानसमिति विद्वागुंसस्तस्मात् विद्वागुंस एव मानसे रमन्ते न्यास इति ब्रह्मा ब्रह्मा हि परः परो हि ब्रह्मा तानि वा एतान्यवराणि परागुंसि न्यास एवाद्यरे च यद्य एवं वेदेत्युपनिषत् शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
As we move to the last portion of today's show, we would touch upon the beautiful Bhagavata, a conversation between the four Maharishis and Krishna, which can completely bring about a great transformation in the way we all think. Lord Brahma created four wise sages using his great powers. These sages were named as Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, and Sanat Sujata. Brahma wanted them to be great, so he invited the wise Krishna to be their teacher. Sri Krishna happily accepted and joined the sages, ready to share essential knowledge. The atmosphere was filled with excitement as he promised to help them become Sarvagnyas, the all-knowing ones. Eager to learn, the sages prepared themselves. However, when Sri Krishna became silent, the sages felt confused and uncertain. One of them bravely asked, "Who are you?" Instead of answering right away, Sri Krishna remained quiet, and it felt like a long time had passed. The sages began to think deeply about this. They wondered if this was a test from their guru. Seeing their confusion, Lord Brahma encouraged them to ask better questions. He said, Sri Krishna answers only meaningful questions. This advice sparked interest among the sages. They humbly apologized to Sri Krishna and asked again, "Who are you?" With a gentle smile, Sri Krishna replied, "How can I answer to a question that does not exist? There is no you. We are all connected." The question of who I am is very important. His words encouraged them to see the beauty of how all beings relate to one another. Let's start to think now and take back home some serious questions. How can I stay connected with this universe and live a life of absolute expansiveness, as we discussed from the timeless wisdom of Sri Krishna? The path of understanding and to understanding has just started, and new discoveries are awaited.
अथ पुरुषो वै नारायणो कामयत प्रजा सृजयेति नारायणात् प्राणो जायते मनः सर्वेन्द्रियाणि च खं वायुर्ज्योतिरापः पृथिवी विश्वस्य धारिणी नारायणात् ब्रह्मा जायते नारायणात् रुद्रो जायते नारायणादिन्द्रो जायते नारायणात् प्रजापतयः प्रजायन्ते नारायणात् द्वादशादित्या रुद्रावसवः सर्वाणि च छन्दागुंसि नारायणादेव समुत्पद्यन्ते नारायणे प्रवर्तन्ते नारायणे प्रलीयन्ते ॐ अथ नित्यो नारायणः ब्रह्मा नारायणः शिवश्च नारायणः शक्रश्च नारायणः द्यावा पृथिव्यौ च नारायणः कालश्च नारायणः दिशश्च नारायणः ऊर्ध्वश्च नारायणः अधश्च नारायणः अन्तर्बहिश्च नारायणः नारायण एवेदगुं सर्वम् यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् निष्कलो निरञ्जनो निर्विकल्पो निराख्यातः शुद्धो देव एको नारायणः न द्वितीयोऽस्ति कश्चित् य एवं वेद स विष्णुरेव भवति स विष्णुरेव भवति ओमित्यग्रे व्याहरेत् नम इति पश्चात् नारायणायेत्युपरिष्टात् ओमित्येकाक्षरम् नम इति द्वे अक्षरे नारायणायेति पञ्चाक्षराणि एतद्वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं पदम् यो वै नारायणस्याष्टाक्षरं पदमध्येति अनपप्रवः सर्वमायुरेति विन्दते प्राजापत्यगुं रायस्पोषङ्गौपत्यम् ततो मृतत्वमश्नुते ततो मृतत्वमश्नुत इति य एवं वेद प्रत्यगानन्दं ब्रह्म पुरुषं प्रणवस्वरूपम् अकार उकार मकार इति तानेकधा समभरत् तदेतदोमिति यमुक्त्वा मुच्यते योगी जन्म संसार बन्धनात् ॐ नमो नारायणायेति मन्त्रोपासकः वैकुण्ठभुवनलोकं गमिष्यति तदिदं परं पुण्डरीकं विज्ञानघनम् तस्मात्तदिदावन्मात्रम् ब्रह्मण्यो देवकी पुत्रो ब्रह्मण्यो मधुसूदनो सर्वभूतस्थमेकन्नारायणम् कारणरूपमकार परब्रह्मो एतदथर्वशिरो योधीते प्रातरधीयानो रात्रिकृतं पापन्नाशयति सायमधीयानो दिवसकृतं पापन्नाशयति माध्यन्दिनमादित्याभिमुखो धीयानः पञ्चपातकोपपातकात् प्रमुच्यते सर्ववेदपारायण पुण्यल्लभते नारायण सायुज्यमवाप्नोति नारायण सायुज्यमवाप्नोति य एवं वेद इत्युपनिषत् शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु।